Hello! Hi, gang! I'm back again. For a little bit. I'm gonna continue working on this for a little bit. We made some progress on it yesterday. Very good progress. It got refined quite a bit. And, yeah. I think potentially maybe some colours might get played with today. I don't know. Hello, Fuzz! Lovely to see you. How are you doing, friend? Do need to adjust a couple of things, though. I'm told to maybe put this a little lower. I'm at work though. Fair enough. I know there's quite a few people like to have my streams on while they're at work, which I'm really flattered by, I'll be honest. It's very touching for me. Let me quickly snip this. I don't have my poosh anymore. I should really re-download that. Oh, it's been a while since I looked at the stuff in my poosh. I need to re-download though. Download. I shouldn't be doing this while I'm on stream. Distraction. Looking at downloading programs while mid-stream. Right, what I was going to do was snip this to send. Sure, desktop. Where's my messages? Desktop. Okay. Right, what was it I was getting finicky about this, but now that I've like gone away and come back and looked at it, I feel like it's not as bad as I was getting annoyed with it. I was getting pretty angsty with this yesterday. I was unhappy. But I feel like now it's not as bad. So I think actually it is going to be time for colour testing, which is always fun. I'm going to throw some colours at a palette and see what sticks. And I think I'm going to make a new file. Save this. Let's just copy all of that and put it in a new layer. Save that, and then we're going to file, save this as color test. evidence was found. I'm never coming back. They heard her cry. I believed him. Baby, baby, don't you lose my number. Baby, don't you lose my number. I can't find you. Never understand why. I can see you as I'm running down the street. Shadows and into the night. Baby, baby, don't you lose my number. Baby, don't you lose my number. Ooh, baby. Apologies. Right. Okay, I think I can delete this big number 2 because we're not doing that's sorted. Okay, what's the vibe? Oh god, I wish Kels was here right now. I can't remember. Is there something in the sun room, I want to say? Because sun symbology? The colour? I'm trying to remember the colour. I mean, it was night, so it's dark, so, I mean, without being so damn predictable. I was going to go for blue, but maybe let's go along, like, the cyan. Because it might have been, like... some texture in some of the colour in the background there. Acting on you. Running for help at night. Yes, they were. It was nighttime. This scene was. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. More of a brown. It's fun. I'm doing big broad strokes of colour. Fun to do. Seems to recall stone walls. So got a little bit of light like coming from down here. Light. So it was like a no, oil's too thick. Mixing? No, also too thick. Maybe we should stick to the gouache. Dry. Let's see. That's what I'm looking for. Blend. This is going to be a complicated piece, so let's try to keep these folders in order. Background. In there, please. Background. Okay, brick lines. Let's quickly separate this out because I've already accidentally put this on the wrong layer. As a kite by then.
I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space.
On such a timeless flight. No. I'm a rocket man.
Rocket man burning out his fuse up here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man.
Rocket man, burning at his fuse out here alone.
Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. And there's no one there to raise them. If you did, and all the science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. A
Rocket man. Rocket man.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man burning out his fuse.
Okay, instead of a instead of a painted brush, I'm probably going to use the turnip pen to make sure that I've got solid colour. Because I've had that issue before. I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Yeah. You visited 10 eateries in June? Yeah, I wonder why. Okay. Feet. Where are my references? Because they will be useful. Humming along to music that's not even playing. We can have a little bit of overlap on this because it's on a different layer. It's fine. If anything, it'd be better to make sure it's painted underneath. Do 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 do. Is that correct? No, I don't think it is. I think that should be filled in. Ah, there was one part I missed from the sketch. Hang on. Let's turn this off. Let's turn that off. I almost forgot. Save, thank you, but that would have been awful. Too invested in things. Right, I forgot that there was going to be a sleeve added on here, but it is partially rolled down. So the sleeve is like down here. Let me face my fears. Ugh, itchy nose. Ugh. skin layer is probably going to be under the clothes layer, so I do actually want to make sure that that's somewhat defined. Except for the forearm will have to be on a... The chest will have to be on a lower layer because it's under the shirt, but the forearm and the hands will probably have to be on a higher layer because they go over it. So let's bear that in mind. So the chest is going to need to be a different layer. Chest. Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city on rock and roll.
Someone's always playing corporation games. Who cares? They're always
Silent, hello, it's been a while. I hope you're doing alright.
just wanna dance here. Someone stole the stage. They call us irresponsible. Write us off the page.
Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? I'm doing fine. How about you? I'm doing pretty well, I would say. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well.
It's just another Sunday in a tired old street. Police have got the chokehold. But we just lost the beat. Who counts the money underneath the
What do you say to my new Gumroad item? Ooh, look.
ball into our guitars? Don't tell us you need us, 'cause we're the ship of fools, looking for America, coming through your schools. Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the radio.
Oh, well, yes, the harness. Ooh, very nice. Tidy. And I like the texturing on it especially. I really like the texture on the leather. A lot of this is going to be blended in later. I'm just literally slapping colour down to see how it looks. Aw, thank you for following, friend. Spider-Man meme. Point. I think Baldur's Gate 3, an update came out for it last night, didn't it? A friend of mine made me aware of that while I was playing Monster Hunter. Yeah, the Bard class is out. Ah, Bards. I was about to say, I've made a few Bards in my time, but that's about the same as saying water is wet. I've made every D&D class. I have a character for every D&D class. That's not surprising. People messaging me while I'm working. Got some work to do and then I'll return. Ah. Hopefully you're getting back soon, boss. Boss? Yes. Buzz. Instead of S instead of Z. Buzz. tell myself to do not disturb usually when I work. It works on... I can do that on Discord. Unfortunately, I have a phone which family can contact me through. My family is going to be visiting today, hence why I'm trying to do some work now, because they're going to be coming round and I'm not going to be able to get any work done. And it's like, let's say... I'm complete. See the doorway. Yep, there goes the phone. I'm sure the microphone's picking that up. God, I'm so goddamn popular. Everybody wants to see me all the time. It's in your eyes.
Accepting all I've done and said. I
Want to stand and stare again. There's nothing left and who remains there in your eyes. Whatever comes and goes, I will hear your silent cry.
I will touch this tender wall till
Till I know I'm home again. God, I need some pupils on those eyes just so they don't freak me out every time I turn the line layer off. Oh, that's not right. Let's get these as clipping layers. Where are we? Blind. Layer settings, clip to layer below. Layer settings, clip to layer below. Settings, clip to layer below. Swear to God. could stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. Won't be turned around. And this world from pushing me down. Stand my ground. And I only know half the words. There ain't no easy way out. Hey, yeah. Back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, yeah. Around, and I won't back down. Interesting, that's very nearly the same colour as the skin. Back down. Oh, there's gonna be so many layers on this. So many layers on this bad boy. This boy can hold so many layers. Look at all them layers. I ain't even started on all these layers. Me when I start texturing. Exactly, you get it. You get it. I mean, I'm the same. I mean, I use the same, basically the same process when I'm texturing that I do when I'm doing artwork. It's literally the same process. So we're gonna have a layer for this part, and a layer for this part, and a layer for this part. There's a layer for the hand. The hand is separate, and then here's a layer for the beans because the beans are separate, and then we need a layer for the emission because the emission is separate. And there are psychopaths that just use the paint layer. The substance paint thing, because I don't even use substance paint. I'm a psychopath that does all my texture work in just a regular art program because I don't have substance painter. Which is That's why I don't really go much for realism texture. You'll notice that this is mainly just a flat colour. Because I don't have Substance Painter. Bow before me. But now I wanna let's see. Files. Let's open this up. This is my texture file for Blue. Look at all these layers in there, all their folders. Right foot bottom, right foot outer toe, right foot outer claw, right foot second inner toe, right foot second outer toe, right foot inner toe. Same with the left foot. Left leg, slightly easier. Left leg and left ankle. Right leg and right ankle. Right hand back, right hand palm, right hand index finger back, right hand ring finger back, right hand ring claw, right hand thumb, right hand little finger back. This is the texture for the model that I'm wearing right here. And you can see underneath the template that I used for the original, the leggy base, which is obviously a fox, hence why there's loads of orange, but you can sort of see the cutout of the areas that aren't used. There's my snoot with a little bit of shading in it. My snoot. I would get my face closer to the camera, but it doesn't quite do that. A little bit of shadow in my snoot. That's not like lighting. That's not the shader. That's my texture. Yeah, I got my eyebrows, which look very aggressive in this texture, and my beans. I have a little scar on one of my beans that you can't see in this model because I can't hold up my hands, but I have a little scar on one of my beans because I have a scar in my hand. But yes. And this isn't even everything because this doesn't have the eye texture, this doesn't have the ear texture, the ears aren't included in this. And my goggles obviously are on a separate texture as well. And my chest fluff, and my cheek fluff. There's a lot of textures on this model. It's not all combined, but yeah, I decided to make it easy on myself with my layers because everything is individually labeled. So if it comes to the future and I ever get like a texture commission or anything for this, I can go in. It's like, oh hey, can I have a bean to be like a different color? And I'm like, yes, you can, because each bean is on its own separate layer, so it's nice and easy for me to get to texture them. Big old beans. These are the feet beans. And there's the UVs. You can see I didn't do a perfect job extracting them, but it was good enough. I couldn't extract this bit on the back, because the leggy mane, as you see on the back of my head, is very, very full. So I couldn't quite get those polys, but I was like, well, it's the back and it's underneath my mane, so it's not going to be seen, and I know it's there because of the shape of well, the rest of the UVs. There's the face UVs. Again, I missed a few around the eye, but I can see where it is. It's a tongue. Beans. I believe that's the back of the head, rather than the back of the back, so to speak. Whiskers. Teeth. So I can colour teeth if I want. Those are claws. It was very interesting to look at this this texture, and especially the way how it's like got this kind of like splaying. I don't know if this is what happens to a texture when it's made in something like Substance Painter. I don't know. It's, there we go. Got thoroughly distracted for a couple of minutes. do texturing the old school way. Manually. Who knows, maybe one day I'll end up getting Substance Painter or a Substance Painter adjacent program. Excuse me, goodness. Ah, a big old sip of water. To be honest, there's not really any program as good as Substance Painter. I mean, you can do it in Blender, but I know no one who does that. Fair enough. I know that you can use... I would probably use... If and when I start making my own stuff, because I'm still not really doing that yet, because I have commissions to do. Gotta pay those bills. But when I get around to doing, like, personal work, if I get time, I would probably use Blender almost to do what I'm doing now, which is to put down base colors. And like, just quickly be like, how does this color look? How does that color look? Do I want this to be this color or this color? And at that point I then would do as I have, what is my normal thing to do, which is I would extract the UVs, bring them into here, bring that approximate paint job from Blender, and then actually start painting onto that in this program that I am using here, because this is the program I like to draw in. Oops. To be fair, I need to extract the Rexuium UVs, because I got the Rex files, so for me to retexture them, I need to do the same. Yeah, that's why I don't have any of those nice, like, fur details that a lot of people have, because I don't use Substance Painter. I can send you them if you want. Oh, that would save me a lot of work if you have them. Do you have, if anything like a PSD, or even just a PNG, to be honest. Oh, excuse me while I stretch. If you've got them, that'd save me some work, because yeah, I have a Rex now, and I want to retexture it and make it my own. But in order to do that, I want to extract all the parts as I did with the texture that I just showed you. And to do that, I need the UVs and stuff. So if you've got it, that'd save me some work. It's an extra layer and you reduce it on the normal map. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. It doesn't seem to have really come across in this, but I think that's to do with how this program works. But in VR chat, I do at least have the leggy normal, and the normal has a slight fur texture to it. In fact, I can open it up here. Yeah, if you zoom in here, we can see that the leggy has fur texture on the normal. So that's got it slightly in there. This particular iteration of it doesn't really have it very visible. It does have it. So there's a faint. I have a faint fur texture when I'm in VR chat. In VR chat with the normal maps. I don't believe that this instance of me has that active. That was the wrong layer. Let's delete that. Do it again. Fine. Which hand is that? Take a second to stare at my picture. That's his right? Right, that's his right hand. Right hand. I believe it. Something's here. See it. Someone invited me to a raid. That was 20 minutes ago. That thing will be over now. I wasn't going to check my phone. I was working. I'm gonna put this on a separate layer. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, boy. That was a big one. Ugh. Excuse me, chat. I'm sorry. That was probably really loud. Shut up, phone! Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So many people have come and gone. Their faces fade as the years go by. Yet I still recall as I wander on, as clear as the sun in the summer.
This needs to be a clipping layer. Clip the layer below. I do not vibe with this one at the moment.
Looking back on when I was a little moppy-headed boy, then my only worry was for Christmas.
Excuse me.
Even though we sometimes would not get there, we were happy with the joy the day would bring. Sneaking out the back door, hang out with those hoodlum friends of mine. Greeted at the back door, boy, I thought I told you not to go outside. Try your best to bring the water to your eyes. Thinking
So I'm liking the colours so far. They look suitable. But because the environment is dark, I'm probably gonna have to put a dark filter over everything. I just pick this colour here and take a big old brush just to see how it looks. Yeah. So everything would sort of tone down ever so slightly, and then we'd probably cut away for the light that's coming in. Something vaguely like that, I think. But we shall carry on getting these base colours down. Let's see, the trousers. I wish those days could come back once more. Okay, that's them base colours. New folder. Other character. Time to get my reference folder open again. For this boy, this blessed bean of a boy, who is unfortunately very hurt in this picture. That looks so orange, but I colour picked that from a reference, so... Even though they're joined, I want to put the ears on a separate layer. Because they are quite a different colour. Ears. yeah, screw it. I'll include the eyebrows in this layer just because they are of a similar colour. The hands separate or similar? Maybe the same layer for the I don't know. Let's get his robe coloured in though, because that's a big chunk. What kind of colours have we got for a robe? Again, it's just kind of white. White. I want to go on the purple spectrum for contrast. Honey? I might have to break apart some of these layers. I was trying to keep them in folders for each character, but because of how the characters are overlapping over each other, I feel like the layers also need to overlap each other. So even though these hands are part of Thane, because they're going over Huri should go underneath them, but Huri's face is above Thane, so that one needs to be... is above Thane's body, sorry. So I may have to dissect the folders, I'm not sure. This is a very big piece. It's a big piece of artwork. Feline, you've actually come closer. Hello, Feline. Do you want to cuddle? Are you going to scream? Now, hello. Are you going to say hi to chat? Oh, can sit on my lap for a little bit or not? You gonna stay there? Maybe. That's not part of the robe, that's part of things. No, are we deciding we don't want to stay on the lap? Nah, okay, you can go on the chair. There you go. Oh, big baby. Big baby. She's the biggest baby. It's no good butting your head against my elbow. I offered you a lap to sit on and you declined it. You wanted to leave. Oh. Screaming is valid feedback. I'll take screaming. As long as it's good screaming. Oof, boy.
Stop worrying about things I can't control. Stop worrying about dollars I don't know. Stop worrying about things I cannot know.
Sometimes it feels so good. Oh.
Money don't matter if it feels for you. Money don't matter if you're hard.
Money don't matter if it feels for you. Used to worry every day. I got better things. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, bud. I'm sorry to hear. I know you're going through a really rough time at the moment, but all I can say is it's going to get infinitely better very soon for you. It's something to really sort of look forward to and hang on to. A full health check? Oh, that was my elbow. Excuse me, it's a big old yawn. Shake. And a sip. That was a couple of gulps rather than a sip, but thank you. And a save. We're all good. We're all health checked up. So these colours look, this shade tone looks so dark, but I guess he is meant to be dark skinned. I think it will probably look better once it's blended in a little bit, but it's quite jarring to my eye. But I literally took this colour from the reference. So it's the colour that Frog used on him before, so that's the colour. Oh boy. I'm sorry, bud, that this week is going to be so bad for you, but like at the end of it, it's going to be good. But honestly, like, I know it's not official, it's like not permanent, but you should take as much stuff as you can because I'm terrified that while you're gone, they're going to like wreck your stuff. I'm scared for you that that's what they're going to do while you're not there. I'm really scared that they're going to wreck all your stuff. Because they're essentially throwing temper tantrums, is what they're doing now. They're having a big, massive temper tantrum that they can't have their way. As we know, when people have temper tantrums, quite often they break things. Okay. I think that's the majority of the base colours. I mean, I can obviously see that like the lace and the necklace need doing, but they're quite small details. And Thane's beard and stuff as well. But the beard is the same colour as the hair, so... so there's our base colours. Now, these are flat colours which, to my eye, basically don't take the environment into account, and that's because I'm not too sure what the environment colours are meant to be. I've kind of gone with this, like... There's, like, green... There's, like, a dark green, hint of blue, but, like, there's sort of yellowy tints in the stone kind of thing. Because I was like, it was the sunroom, so I want to say it was like yellow colours, but it's nighttime, which means like blue colours, cold blue colours of night, which is why I've ended up with this kind of green, because it's literally, you know, the two colours overlaying over each other. We've got the dark blue of night and the kind of yellows of the room, so we've ended up with a kind of green. Was what my brain was going for initially. And obviously if we have this kind of like ambient green, I think that, I mean, why have I got it turned off? There's meant to be, there's a light source there. We've got a frontal light source. Could be a simpler stone colour of the hallway as well. Yeah, that's what this I've got this like sort of brown grey of the cracks in the stone, but I was like, I don't want to get too detailed in the background because I'm not too sure on what the background's meant to be. But yeah, my memory was telling me that it was the sunroom. Could be them going through a hallway. Okay. Even so, the same colour theory applies, because if we've got like the dark of the hallway at night, there's there's like a kind of yellowy light from, because obviously, you know, this is fantasy D&D, all of our light is torches and candles, which is all warm yellows. So there's warm yellows in the front. But basically, if I did this earlier, if I switch to darken and lower the opacity and get a big old brush and sort of just slap this over, we'd basically end up with like that more being sort of where we are, and then on top of that we'd then get like a, oh god, this is gonna be we get basically a yellow colour, really vibrant yellow, I guess slightly more orangey because fire, and then we'd put that over like these bits. See where, you know, where the light's catching, essentially, the face and things like that. Here, not darken, not multiply, nope. Maybe lighten, screen potentially, but then we lower the opacity down on that as well. Obviously you blur the edges because it's ambient kind of light. So you end up with something a bit more akin to this. That's kind of what you end up with once you've got like all the environment effects applied over the top of our base colours. The counterpoint of that is obviously we end up with quite a dark piece, which is when it's like, okay, well, do I now put in a freaking filter correction layer and sort of get like the brightness turned up? it becomes more visible as an art piece, but obviously then you lose the ambient if it's meant to be a dark corridor. This is, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you could go either way with it. But yeah, I think the background needs to be slightly more solidified as to what it is. I am looking at it and I am now thinking that maybe it is too much green. And maybe I need to go, I think it needs desaturating, perhaps? Excuse me, no hiccups. Hue saturation, can I lower the saturation? Because when we... There we go. So I lower the saturation of the green, but keep the yellow of the light, because the light is obviously lighting the scene. No harm in a darker piece, especially when the light given to us is for the two holy boys. This is true. That, I think, is slightly better. Because, again, the thing as well is that we've obviously got the lines, which will eventually be being removed, because you want a painted piece, which means no lines. So, obviously, yeah, the lines get removed. But I guess the benefit is if I have a lower saturation on the background, that makes the characters pop more, because the characters have slightly more saturation to them. Even though they're mostly wearing white clothes and stuff, they still have slightly more saturation in them than the background does, which is colour theory and artistic knowledge and all of that nonsense that I've tried to spend years learning. Yeah, I think desaturating the background is a good way to go. I think I potentially will remove the green. Let's see, we've been having a go at we've been working on this for another 2 hours we've had today. I'm probably now going to have to stop because people are coming round. I want to keep working, but my hand is being forced. It is also lunchtime. I'm sure people are going to be arriving while I am eating, most probably. I do like the lines on it. My head is not in a place to make a call there. Well, that's dependent on... That would be a style change. You wanted a painted piece which does not have lines. If you want lines, then we're having a lined piece. So that's a stylistic choice on your part. That's changing what the art is going to look like. If the goal here, if your basis for this decision is you want a piece that looks reminiscent of the Mara and Tala piece, that is painted. There are no lines on that picture. You can go back on my Twitter and look at it if you want help deciding. That's the distinction between my painted pieces and my lined pieces. Clues in the name: lined and painted. Paintings don't have lines. That it's a hard call to make, because obviously paintings only really start to look good once they've got started their details in place, whereas obviously in lined pictures, the details are coming from the lines, which is why when I turn the lines off, it doesn't look as good. The detail is in the lines, they haven't been painted in yet. But that's why paintings are more expensive, they take much longer to do, because all of these folds and creases and things have to be painted in, which takes longer to do and is harder to do. Yeah, that's why, what else? Because obviously, Madrash was also a painted piece. He has no line work on him. I mean, you probably have them saved. If not, I've got them saved. We've got the work in progress shot of Madrash, which is literally the sketch with the lines with the colours underneath. And then the next work in progress, which kind of looks a little weird because it has no lines on it, and then the final painting, which looks better. Let me put this on screen. So there was our work in progress 1, which was the sketch with the lines over it. And then we had work in progress 2, which started to look a little odd because the lines were removed and we hadn't fully painted it in. But then, of course, we get to the final, where everything's painted in, and we've got the painted details still in there. But you see, there's no black lines going around anything. It's lineless, painted it. This is for me, at least. Every artist's style is different, but that's how I define mine. Come over here. Here's a line piece. This is a fully completed line piece. We've got the harsh black lines, which obviously define the nose, define the mouth, define the teeth, define the eyes, things like that. We've got very, very thick lines. So we got a little bit of detail in the shading for the fur and obviously for the markings, but this isn't a painted piece. This is probably a good comparison because I have a painted piece of this same character, done in a slightly different style. There we go. Obviously his hair's different because he changed his hair. But again, we see, if we look at the mouth, we've got this harsh black line defining the mouth and the teeth and his chin. We don't have that in here. It's defined by the colour and the shading in the shadow. Paintings are more detailed because the detail is needed, essentially, in order for them to look correct. So the Madrash is a good example of the lines with the colour without lines, which looks a little weird, and then the final thing that actually looks good because it's had all the details painted in. So I appreciate that when we come to this piece and I turn the sketch off, it looks kind of weird, and it will for a while. It will for a while. There's no sort of ifs and buts about that. It's gonna look weird for a while until it reaches a point where it doesn't. Super painted, okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Right. It's Friday today, isn't it? Got stuff happening at the weekend, as so often happens at weekends. So, unfortunately, this is now going to be a Monday job. But hey, that does mean... Yeah, it is Friday. Yeah, okay. So we'll be continuing this on Monday. Let me think. Brain engage. That's okay, friend. I wanted to work on it today. I think I made good progress, and in my brain yesterday I was like, oh, okay, the sketch is like basically done, so I can get colours. And as I said, to quite a few people today. I was like, I'm working on colours, and colours is fun. I like colours. I'm a colourful person. Because that's when things start to take shape. So I wanted to work on it. I potentially would work more. I actually set an alarm to try and get myself up earlier because I knew I would only have a small amount of time to work on it today because of visitors coming over. Colour floof powers. Yeah! Like some colour. So yeah. I will send you this to look at in Discord, but obviously you've got a pretty good look at it here. I will send to Frog as well. I've just realised that I've got one of the colours wrong. Because that is not Thane's arm, that is Huri's chest. So let's rectify that. Would help if I was on the right brush. Yes, time for lunch for both of us. Okay. This is going to be a big endeavour. Because I'd say that the Tala Mara piece is a very good, solid comparison for what this is. It's two characters. You know, it's painted. We've got like dark lighting and stuff. Arguably, for me, this is harder because Mara and Tala were technically half bodies because it was only up to Tala's waist, and Mara was mostly obscured by the chair. So, yeah. And obviously Tala being in her werewolf form is something that I am obviously much more experienced and comfortable with drawing. So this is going to be challenging, which is obviously going to be, you know, challenging, but also good because, you know, growth, improvement. It's good. It's good stuff. So thank you. That does mean that it might not be quick. I will do my best. Yeah, the eyes, I will say the eyes have actually had a little bit of detail put on them because basically whenever I turned the sketch layer off, they were upsetting me because they were just kind of blank voids, so I actually went in and I was like, I need to do a little bit to the eyes because it's upsetting me. Because, I mean... It was upsetting me. So the eyes have a little bit of pizzazz to them. In the same way that the Huri's lack of eyes is also upsetting me. But because his eyes are shut, there's not really an eye layer for that. I gotta do that with painting the face details. Needless to say, this already looks great, because for some reason I'm great at drawing blood, it seems. Can't imagine why. It's not like I've been doing it for ages. many people consider there to be a difference between blood and gore, but I do. Blood, I'm perfectly fine with drawing. I've done so much blood. Gore, not so much. That's like fleshy bits and organs. Ugh, ugh. Can't do that. But blood? I do blood for days. Yeah, Damara practice, that's why. So yeah. Okay. Time to end, I think. Before I end up having people knock on my door. I was about to say ring my bell. I don't have a doorbell. Okay, so let's make sure this is saved. And then we're going to save a PNG color test. Color test, work in progress, number 3. See you later, bud. I hope so. I hope once everybody is done invading my home, you can come online and have fun. Nice to see how you work. Thanks for coming, Silent. It was nice to see you. I hope to see you again in the future. As I said, I'm probably going to be doing more work on Monday. Hopefully I get slightly more time to do it. I'm hoping it will be a case of I can actually get up and do a bunch of work, pause for lunch, and then do some more work. Next stream will not be a work stream. Next stream will probably be on Sunday, where it is Pokemon TCG time, which I'm always excited for as my little hobby that I like to do on the side. So I have another box to open. So we'll see you sometime on Sunday for Pokemon TCG time, which is always good fun. Right. Yeah. Stream scared. Saturday, probably nothing. Sunday, TCG. Monday, artwork. Tuesday, more artwork. And then at that point we will see how the artwork is doing. Okay. I'm gonna go get some lunch. So, thank you guys for coming in and visiting. It has been lovely to see you. Take care, everyone. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Take care. I love you loads. Bye!